our designated leader-elect of the Florida House, Representative Mark Paffer.
Thank you, Terry. And I think we've done it once before. Let's give Terry a big hand and everybody at the DEC who put this together. It's a great event. And Terry, I don't think you mentioned it, but this is a record event, correct? 5,900. So 5,900 people, give yourselves a hand. One person that was missed during the introductions, I wanted to take a moment, is a gentleman by the name of David Silvers. David is going to be, well, he is actually running against Representative Hager in the Florida House. If you do not have an opportunity or time, make sure you get to David before the event is over. He's an outstanding individual and he's going to be a great House member. That said, I have a distinguished opportunity to introduce three very important people to Palm Beach County. All of them serve us in Congress, and I'm going to invite them all up at one time. The first one is my former boss, believe it or not, Congresswoman Lois Frankel. Come on up. The second person is a congressman you all know. He's a former colleague of mine in the Florida House, the legislature I should say, Ted Deutsch. And this I saved to the last, my own congressman, Congressman Hastings. Y'all come on up here and say a few words.
Hello, Democrats. Hello, next Governor Charlie Crist. Thank you, Governor Grantham, for being here with us this evening. When we had the rabbi and the imam and the minister, it reminded me of a story where a rabbi, imam, and minister had died, and they got to the pearly gates, and St. Peter said to them, all three of you, we have efficiencies for you. And Congressman, who had also passed, he said, we have a deluxe suite for you. And the rabbi turned, and the minister and the imam turned and said, that's not fair, efficiencies for us and suites for Congress people. And St. Peter said, Rabbi, imam, the minister, we see you all up here all the time. This is the first congressman we've ever had. That's all done. These are very troubling times, and we must overcome the difficulties that we are confronted with. And the only way we can do this is to get rid of Rick Scott, period. In addition, if you do not vote no on amendment number 3, this man would have you believe that he should appoint prospectively judges. Every lawyer in this room and every lawyer that knows a lawyer needs to tell he or she that they need to get off their asses and do everything they can to defeat Rick Scott and elect Charlie Crist.
Amen, brother. All right. First of all, Governor Grantham, thank you for being here. I am so thrilled that you're here. I know you represented the entire state, but let me just say, go blue. Now, this, my friends, is the Truman-Kennedy-Johnson dinner. So I thought it was appropriate to listen to a few words from Presidents Truman, Kennedy, and Johnson. President Truman said, you know, that being an American is more than a matter of where your parents come from. It's a belief that all men are created free and equal, and that everyone deserves an even break. In Florida, there are 1 million Floridians who deserve a break. Health care that's been denied to them because Rick Scott won't expand Medicaid. In Washington, there are women and working families who deserve a break. That John Boehner has denied them because he won't bring forward a vote on equal pay for equal work or a vote to raise the minimum wage. And we are not a fully inclusive society as long as Republican leadership prevents us from passing ENDA and comprehensive immigration reform. President Kennedy President Kennedy said, all of us do not have equal talent, but all of us should have an equal opportunity to develop our talents. In Florida, that means shaking off Rick Scott's administration that gives his corporate cronies and lobbyists a chance to develop their talents while keeping out the teachers and the students and preventing them from developing theirs. And finally, President Johnson said, the vote is the most powerful instrument ever devised by man for breaking down injustice and destroying the terrible walls which imprison men because they are different from one another. My friends, in 45 days, we will break down injustice and we will destroy the terrible walls that Rick Scott and the Republicans of Tallahassee have built to keep the billionaires and the special interests on the inside while keeping us and the Floridians and common folk on the outside. That's what we're going to do. President Truman said, carry this battle to them. Don't let them bring it to you. Put them on the defensive and don't ever apologize for anything. Let's take the battle to them. Let's elect Democrats from top to bottom, and let's make sure Charlie Crist is the next governor of Florida.
I get to work with three phenomenal guys. It's an honor. These two gentlemen are trying to mentor me. They're trying. So listen, Terry, Rizzo, your gang, thank you so much. I see Allison Tan, thank you for what you're doing for the party. We got a lot of great people here. Governor Granholm, welcome here. And we got Mitch Caesar from Broward County. Thank you so much, Mitch, what you do for the party. So, I got to say one thing, because Patrick Murphy, who's my great friend, I wanted to tell him, he's not here, but have you been watching his commercials? He's been running around his district. This is where we part company. No one would ever accuse me of going to the gym. In fact, I didn't even know there was one until I watched his commercial. Anyway, you have to have a sense of humor to be up in that Congress, I'll tell you that. So, I got a couple of questions here for you. Do you want a governor who's going to jumpstart the middle class? It's not Rick Scott. You want a governor who's going to invest in our children's education? It's not Rick Scott. Do you want a governor who's going to stand shoulder to shoulder with the women of this state to protect our access to health care and get us equal pay? It's not Rick Scott. And you want a governor who's going to give every Floridian a fair shot? Not Rick Scott. I am so proud to say that I'm voting for Charlie Crist. Charlie, I want you to know I got my mom and stepdad are here. They're voting for you too. All right? But we all know that this is ground zero. We're going to have a lot of fun here tonight, and congratulations on this great turnout. The fact of the matter is, the future of this state is in the hands of the voters of Palm Beach and Broward County. I want to say that again. The future of this state, our children and our grandchildren, are in the hands of Palm Beach County and Broward County. No pressure, folks. But the Koch brothers, they don't even vote in Florida. Maybe one of them does. It's going to be your knocking on the doors, dialing the phones, bringing your neighbors out, and we can turn this state the color it deserves to be. So Palm Beach County, let's win. Thank you for all you do in this room. This is for our kids. Let's win in November. Thank you, Charlie.
The next two folks I'm going to introduce are running as statewide candidates. The first is Thaddeus Hamilton, running for Commissioner of Agriculture and Consumer Services.
On November 4th, Democrats in the state of Florida have one of the most historical opportunities in the history of the state of Florida. We have the opportunity to take the executive branch of the Florida state government, which is the state cabinet, where the final decisions on everything in the state of Florida stops with the cabinet. We need a Democratic cabinet to support our Democratic governor. As we look across this state of Florida, we have a lot of problems that we need to solve. We need to solve our employment problems. As you may know, the Commission on Agriculture has a direct effect on our education system, jobs and the economy, the quality of the food you eat, the water you drink, and the air you breathe. The polls today show that the incumbent Commissioner of Agriculture and Consumer Services is at 42%. Your candidate, Colonel Thaddeus Stan Hamilton, is at 37%, on a 5% point difference. So I need your help. So on November 4th, I will have 10% up and be your next Commissioner of Agriculture and Consumer Services. And may God bless you, God bless Charlie, and each and every one of you.
George Sheldon.
I know Charlie Crist. I served as Charlie's Secretary of the Department of Children and Families. And with Charlie's leadership, I am proud of the fact that as Secretary, I presided over the lifting the ban on gay adoption. And I am proud, Governor, for having served the last 3 years as Assistant Secretary of the U.S. Department of Health and Human Services. I am proud to work for a president who set as his #1 priority guaranteeing affordable health insurance for every single person in America. But I look at my home state, to deny coverage to 1.1 million people because you're kowtowing to the Tea Party is fundamentally wrong. It is time for Rick Scott to go. He has done enough damage to the state. It is time to repair it. And while we're at it, it is time to give Pam Bondi the job she really wants as an anchor on Fox News. So as we move forward, we must remember that our party is different. As I look out here, I see the face of Florida. The diversity is the strength of this state. It is the strength of our party. And it is fundamentally different than their party. You see, their party believes that they have a right to tell women that they can't exercise a free choice with their doctor. They believe that they can tell individuals who they can love and who they can't. They believe that they can tell doctors that there are certain things that provide assistance to patients that doctors can't prescribe. So as we go forward, you're voting Democratic, you're voting for Charlie Crist, I know that. But you've got to talk to your neighbors, you've got to talk to your friends on Facebook. This election is important. It is important to the future of this state. So I'm asking for you to make sure that Charlie Crist is the next governor of Florida, and let's give him support on the cabinet. Thank you very much.